Hey guys, you're all here because I'm starting my own crochet business. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jonathan. I live in Las Vegas. So you might be here because you saw something on my Instagram, or you're a friend of mine and I've talked to you about this, or maybe you're finding this video a year from now or a few months down the road or something, and maybe the whole crochet business that I have started has imploded on itself. So my crochet business is called Crochet Johns, and I am starting it because I've always been artistic in different ways. I did a lot of like drawing and a handful of like paintings here and there over the years that I would give to people as like gifts for birthdays or special occasions. And there was comments all the time over the years that were like, you could sell these. Oh, do you sell these? Have you ever tried entering these in like a contest or something? I'm just kind of like, no, it's just something I enjoy doing. And often, honestly, especially the drawings, they take a long time to do. So it's not really a great business model. It would take much longer than I would want to like charge anybody for something that I've made. I would spend 30, 60 hours plus on a single piece sometimes. It's just a way to escape and kind of turn off my brain from other things. Recently, my wife and I, Hannah, we just celebrated our 5-year anniversary when we got married, and we decided to do a pottery class and do it on the wheel. They do called a throwing class, and so we went to one out here, and I just had so much fun with it. I took a couple of like sculpting ceramics classes when I was in high school, and I really enjoyed it then, but I hadn't worked on a wheel in a long time, and it felt like it came back pretty naturally. We both made a couple little items. They let us like fire them for free as part of the price and everything, and so we got to have a couple little keepsakes for our anniversary. But when I came home that night, I definitely was like looking online and being like, how much is a pottery wheel? Is it manageable to get one? And I started joking with Hannah. I was like, maybe we can set up a space somewhere like in the garage, and like we put both our cars there now, but what if we just put one car in there and half of it would be for sculpting, and we could get clay and we could get a wheel and we could do the whole thing, and we could make like dinner sets for people and friends and family when they like have weddings, like we gift them a dinner, like just all these ideas that like came through. And I was sitting with that for a few weeks after I came home and realized like, man, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that creative outlet. Over the last few weeks, I was like, I don't think that creative itch, that creative bent that I have in me is ever going to go away. And so I started watching some more videos and trying to lean in, like, what does it look like to actually start a crochet business? Where do I begin? Crochet is the first artistic outlet that I feel like I've found that doesn't take a ton of time to complete a project, and I still thoroughly enjoy. I really got into the amigurumi, which is all the little like stuffed plushie type patterns and things. The first one that I did was I still have it. Let me go, hold on. So the first one that I did was actually a gift from Hannah. It was around lockdown with COVID, and I was wanting to do some kind of new creative outlet, but I didn't know what to do. Hannah was like, well, why don't you try crocheting? And so she got me an outlet to do a Yoda. And so this is my very first little amigurumi project, really small, really fun. I started with that kit. It was all just out of the book. I don't know why at the time I was like, I should probably look on YouTube. It might be a little bit easier to understand a video than just read this paragraph about how to do a single crochet. But I didn't, and I just struggled with the book, and it was really frustrating. But after I kind of got the hang of it, realized how patterns work a little bit more, it was really fun and rewarding, and I just really enjoyed doing it. From there, I started making other projects, and a lot of them were like gifts for nieces and nephews that were being born, and other like babies that like friends of ours were having. We have a lot of friends right now that are having babies. And so there are a lot of like baby gifts that I would be giving to people. There are a lot of like baby gifts that I was giving to people, and I just had a lot of fun with it as well. Some of those I have on my Instagram if you want to go back and see some of those things. But the pattern making and like what a difference a single crochet versus a double, it just like made sense in my head. I've always been able to visualize things pretty well. And so I just would go off a picture and try and like replicate it in my own way as like crochet. So I'd go off of just like a standard picture of like Winnie the Pooh, and I was like, I think I can figure out a general shape for a face and a mouth, and like we'll just try and make it work. And so I started kind of making my own patterns, writing some of them down. I was like, I don't know if this is the exact right language, but it makes sense to me if I ever wanted to make this again. And so I was like, well, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos, let's go to YouTube this time and not just read out of a book. And I found the account at Crochet by Jenna. Shout out, Jenna with a G. She has a whole long list of how she started. She has tips around like things she would have done differently and all this behind the scenes. And so I just kind of gleaned off of everything that she was talking about and sharing in those videos. I am hopeful that this YouTube channel will be times that I can do stuff like this, just kind of connect and share with people like what I'm doing, why I'm excited about it. Some like short form that teaches people how to do some single crochet, double crochet, different types of stitches. In Crochet by Jenna, in her videos, what she did is she started on Etsy. I felt like I resonated a lot with what she was sharing. It's like she just had a passion for crochet, and she realized her house was filling with these little amigurumi stuffy plushies, and she was like, I just need to sell these because there's too many. And so I felt that way too, and which is why I often give them away as gifts. But I was like, okay, well, let's figure out 5 designs that I like and I can replicate, because I want to make my Etsy shop made to order. So as soon as you order it, I make it based on the customization, the colors, whatever you want to pick for a certain product. So where does the name Crochet Johns come from? What does it mean? So crochet, hopefully that makes sense on what crochet is. John is the part that my best friend Eric, he's originally from the Philly area, and he introduced me to this word, and it's pronounced John. I think I'm saying that right. It's more kind of drawn out than like the name John. I like the double play on my name. That's a little bit close to John, but John can mean anything. It can be, can you give me some of those onions on that John? Can you add this to that? Can you pass me that John? Like, it could be reference to anything. It could be a water bottle, it could be whatever. So yeah, I didn't want to corner myself in what I crochet. I like to do amigurumi, stuffed plushies, stuff like that right now. But I have done a handful of things that weren't that. I made some like baby beanies for, again, niece and nephews. And so if I ever wanted to get into that, I didn't want to corner myself into doing one specific type of crochet. So I broadened it a little bit. The toad with the little mushroom cap, I had frogs growing up, and geckos, and I actually have a gecko over in that cage behind the piano there. His name's Sparks. He's 22 years old. Maybe he'll make some cameos at some point in other videos, but I just really like it. I like the play on combining 2 ideas together. You'll see that on my Etsy shop. Sorry if this room is a little chaotic and hectic. There's a lot happening behind me. There's a giant box on the floor over there. That is our new couch that we just bought. It's supposed to be kind of this trifold thing that all folds together out into a big bed and then back into a couch. And so we are in the middle, Hannah and I are in the middle of redoing this room. We're going to paint it a new color, which is why there's the paint swatches on the wall over there. We want to make this space more of like a creative, artistic space for both of us. We both like to paint and do some other creative outlets together, and we wanted a space in our home that was separate from like the dining table or our living room, which we spend a lot of time just binging TV and movies and different stuff. And so another way to spend our time, a cozy couch to sit on and just read a book or something. Maybe I'll do another video of details of how we redo this room and the paint color that we choose, and doing a like couch reveal and unboxing or whatever. So yeah, that could be something else I do. If you found yourself here, I would love if you wanted to check out the Etsy shop or my Instagram. Everything is Crochet Johns across the board, so you can find me there. I just really appreciate the support. Even if you don't buy anything, I just really appreciate you checking out what I'm doing. I felt like I would regret it if I didn't at least take a stab at starting something new. And so I'm excited about it. We'll see where it goes. But thanks for watching.